strange day. But, ladies and gentlemen, I hope your day went wonderful. Type in chat, what'd you do today? Did you have fun? Did you try something new? How did your day go? I'm going to ask you that, and then I'll get into our announcements for tonight. It doesn't feel like Wednesday. I agree with that. It doesn't feel like Wednesday. It's very strange. I don't know. Maybe the weather is gloomy everywhere. You never know. You really never know these days. Chaz for president. Oh, no, that's too much stress. You got a pet bunny? Congratulations. We love pet bunnies. Died inside. Felt that. Chill Will VR said, good, ate some brownie mix. Oh, that sounds delicious. I loved it. Rocket Kun said, my ex said literally nothing. Felt that that's a move and a vibe all at the same time without even trying. Crazy A said, hurricane, and it just hit me. I am so sorry to hear that. Yes, if you know anyone who, lives in that part of the country, area, state, whatever it's called, pray for them. Make sure they're doing well, okay? It's got hit with a massive hurricane, so we need to make sure that we're if you see someone, know someone, ask how they're doing, because that can be a really devastating thing to a lot of people. Sorry to hear that, is anyone who has been affected by that. I'm so sorry to hear that. Hopefully your families are doing okay and you're safe. Let's see. Oh, yeah, everybody's day has been pretty good. Okay. Bad storm. Sorry to hear you guys have some bad storms. So a couple of announcements before we get into it, okay? Before we get into it, here is your announcements for today. So, as you know, there have been some, things going on in Rec Room as far as shirts and people, being able to sell shirts and stuff like that. Now, supposedly the rumor is we'll be able to get the ability to sell shirts, just regular people without being featured. We'll be able to sell it next week. Okay, that's supposedly what's going to happen. So here is your first sample of the shirt. So here is the Chaz Equals Human Lifestyle Club shirt with wording on it. Better people, better humans, better Rec Room. But also you're going to love this. How many people in the room like the color pink? Please raise your hand. How many people like the color pink? Well, boy, do I have a surprise for you. We have now the official Chaz Equals Human in pink. We will have it in every single color. I will be making it in every single color. So no matter what color you want, I'll be making it in every single color. And I'm going to do it all for you guys, because I know you guys have been wanting some shirts and been wanting, merch and stuff like that. So it's coming. It's on its way. I'm going to make it in every color so you guys can have, any outfit that you want to match with, you'll be able to. As well as we do have the standard black version, which is one of my favorites. The logo's really, really big on this one. It looks really nice and clean. And then last but not least, another favorite of mine is this good old brown one. This brown one is really serving. It's that nice ochre color. I'm telling you, it's that nice, beautiful ochre color. So also, we are working on something just a bit special for you all. I know that we have lots of hangout rooms. We've got nightclubs, but ladies and gentlemen, the team and I, me and Lego and Ducky and such, I have prepared to make a PvP by the Chaz Equals Human Lifestyle Club for all of you, called the Forbidden One PvP. So if you're excited for that, let's give a big round of applause for Forbidden One PvP. Yes. And it will be managed and owned by us. So that means, and the reason why this is important is that, because when you go into PvPs and people are harassing you or the management there is just super toxic, not in our PvP. It's very well managed, well put together. And of course, the same staff members that you see here, they'll be there to help moderate and make sure everything goes smoothly. So, we're slowly but surely expanding. And if you aren't a part of the Discord, the one and only Time for Pizza won a 2,000 token giveaway in the Discord chat. Let's give him a big round of applause because he won that. Congratulations to you. Yes, he got to see a quick sneak peek of the map. He got to do a little hanging out with us and see what we're working on. He saw just the beginning. He hasn't seen what we really, maybe after, how many people after the show would want to see a quick sneak peek? Raise your hand. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. Alrighty, and then last but not least, everyone open up your watch. go to this event. And it is Wednesday, and that means it's motivational speech night. And tonight's motivational speech topic is loneliness. How do you deal with loneliness? Let's talk about it. Okay, so that's what I'll be giving you guys a speech on for tonight. Okay, because I know this is one that was in the suggestion channel by the one and only Coco Yeet with her signature tie and turtleneck. Let's give her a round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for suggesting this. That's another reason, if you're not a part of the Discord, we'll drop the Discord at the end of the show so you guys can go and use that suggestion box and give your ideas and stuff of that nature, okay? Alrighty, now, who feels lonely? Raise your hand. If you feel lonely, you felt lonely, or you feel lonely currently. Okay, it can be past tense or present tense. Okay, we've all been there. We have all felt lonely before. Okay, lovely. No, lonely. Okay, who knows what it means to be lonely? Raise your hand. Okay, who doesn't know what it means to be lonely? Raise your hand. Okay, it's okay if you don't know. Loneliness means to be by yourself. You don't have any friends, or maybe you have no relationship. I'll be talking about it in the big context, relationship, friends, I'll talk about loneliness as a whole. Let's hit the inspirational music, please. Okay. Oh, wow, that's extra spicy today. So, loneliness is one thing in life, and one thing currently right now that a lot of people are facing. How many people know someone who's lately have felt lonely? Raise your hand. You feel lonely. You feel like you've been missed. You don't have any friends. You feel like you don't have anyone you can turn to. You feel like you're going to be alone for the rest of your life. You feel like no one sees you. You feel like a nobody. You feel like, oh, yeah, someone said it, left behind. You feel as if you're a ghost in this big, big world, right? Loneliness is like a ghost and a thief in the night, too. Loneliness can steal your joy, your happiness. It can steal your pride. It can steal your confidence. Because who wants to be lonely? No one. No one wants to be lonely. We all just want to be loved. We want to have friends. We want to, whatever we want to do. We want to be seen, heard, loved. We just want to be viewed as a human being and seen as a human. And what I mean by that is when you're lonely, I truly believe you stop functioning as a human. And I'll explain why I say that. And that's because when you're lonely, you don't talk to anyone. Sometimes you even forget how to talk to people in general. Kind of like how COVID, nobody knew how to talk to people. We kind of forget how to be human because it's a human thing to talk to people. It's a human thing to want to make friends because we are social creatures. It's what we are. That's what humans are. They're social creatures. It's what we do. It's the way we survive. It's a part of us surviving. But it's so unfortunate that so many of us feel this way. How do we fill this void? How do we stop feeling alone? How do we stop feeling like no one sees us? Like we're some background character in our own show. Like it feels so weird, right? It makes you feel like it makes everything feel melancholy. How many people know what melancholy means? Raise your hand. Okay, I'll put it simple to you like this. Dull. That's what melancholy means. Dull. Average. Regular. That's what being lonely feels like. How many people would agree with that? That loneliness feels dull, average. Yeah. And the longer you spend in loneliness, you start overthinking. You start thinking about what you could have done, what you should have done. You start thinking about the horrible things that may have happened to you. That's what loneliness does best. It brings up our fears, and we have to confront it. That's what loneliness does. It brings up things inside of us that nobody knows about, that you haven't told anything about, and it makes us face our demons. But I want you to look at loneliness from a different point of view. Here's the thing. We see loneliness as a negative, right? How many people see loneliness as a negative? Most people do, I would say. Yeah. Unless you're like an introvert, you probably see loneliness as peace. Extroverts would probably die, but everybody has a balance of the two. We all have moments where we're extroverted and introverted, right? Where we want to be lonely and where we don't want to be lonely. And the one thing that I find so interesting about humans and just people and how we are in life is we say, oh, I want friends. You get friends. I want a girlfriend, boyfriend. You get a girlfriend, boyfriend. I want this, I want that. And then we get it. And then when we get all those things to make us feel less lonely, we take it for granted. You take it for granted all the time. You don't have to feel lonely, and you're really never alone. And loneliness doesn't have to be scary. You're looking at it all wrong. Loneliness, let me tell you, loneliness is one of the best things I can say I can experience. Why? And I know that sounds crazy, is because in that moment of loneliness, you learn so much about who you are. Oh my God, you do so much growth. And I know sometimes it can lead to depression. It really is. However, look at it not from I'm alone. Look at it from I haven't found the person for me yet. Look at it from the friends that I really want, my real friends, they haven't found me yet. Stop looking at it like it's forever. Because let me tell you something, when you die, you're alone forever. You die alone. That's reality. Loneliness is always going to be here. It's not going anywhere. But the way you can cope with it, maybe not fix it, and there is a way you can fix it. How many people struggle from social anxiety? Raise your hand. Okay. It's okay. You can admit it. You don't have to be ashamed to admit you have social anxiety. It's normal. A lot of people, look around, a lot of people deal with it. How many people don't deal with social anxiety? Raise your hand. You'll talk to anyone. You'll talk to a wall. You'll talk to a brick, right? Okay. So for the people who deal with social anxiety, I'm going to start on you guys. You don't have to be afraid of the next person. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I know exactly what you're going through. Even though I'm an extrovert, I enjoy my peace. I wasn't always an extrovert. I was very shut in. I didn't like talking to people. Very quiet. And I noticed that me being very quiet, I wasn't really happy, and I felt lonely a lot more. Even though I said I was happy, I still felt like I just wanted at least some type of social circle, something, anything, hell. And the moment I decided to step out of the box and say, okay, I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try to talk to someone. And I was overthinking it. I was like, oh my God, how do I do this? I was like, how do I speak to people? It's so weird. They're going to judge me. Right? Because that's what you think. They're going to judge me. They're going to this me. They're going to that me. They're going to this me. Stop putting the negatives in your brain. Stop. Just stop. Listen, this is a big, bad world, but it's not that scary. It's not. There's some amazing people in this world. I've met some amazing people in this game. You guys are amazing. But you don't have to be afraid of the unknown. If anything, you should be excited for the unknown, because the unknown can be something amazing. And if you're not willing to step outside of your comfort zone, you might miss out on your blessing. You just